Unit 6, Good Neighbors. Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk about opinion paragraphs. We're going to learn how to write a paragraph that gives your opinion about what makes a good neighbor, teacher, student, or friend. You should remember that when you're writing an opinion paragraph, it is not enough to just say what you think about the topic. You also have to give explanations and examples to make your opinions more convincing to the reader. Let's have a look at these 3 points. Number 1, give your personal views on the topic. Number 2, support your opinions with specific explanations. And number 3, use examples to make your opinions more convincing. We're going to do an activity here where you can write phrases about what a good teacher and a good student should and should not do. Let's have a look on the left side. A good teacher should prepare for class. A good teacher should not yell at students. So we've got 2 examples, and you're supposed to think of 2 other phrases to write about a good teacher. Should and should not. I'll give you a few seconds to think about it. Okay, a good teacher should give tests back as soon as possible. And the second one, a good teacher should not be impatient. Now we're going to do the same thing about a good student. What do you think a good student should or should not do? We've got 2 examples here. A good student should review what he or she learned that day. And the second one, a good student should not cheat on tests. I'll give you a few seconds to think of 2 more phrases to complete these 2 sentences. Okay, here's the first one. A good student should try his or her best. And the second one, a good student should not talk back to the teacher. You can think of more examples. We're going to read the writing model together. Here is the title of the paragraph, Good Neighbors. There are 3 qualities that make good neighbors. Firstly, I think good neighbors are neat and orderly. They always keep their own houses clean and pick up all the trash near their homes. In addition, I believe good neighbors are kind and helpful. For example, our next door neighbor Jennifer helped us find our dog when he got loose. Lastly, good neighbors should be considerate and think about how their actions affect their neighbors. They should not listen to loud music or make loud noises late at night. If we are all good neighbors, our neighborhoods will be better places to live. Now we're going to answer these 3 questions according to the paragraph. Question number 1. What is the paragraph about? Okay, as we've talked about this before, usually the first sentence of the paragraph is our topic sentence, and it gives us an idea about the paragraph. By reading the topic sentence, we will know what our paragraph is going to be about. Let's have a look on the topic sentence here. There are 3 qualities that make good neighbors. So, the paragraph is about the 3 qualities that make good neighbors. Question number 2. Write the 3 qualities of good neighbors. Okay, let's get back to the paragraph. As you know, we have main points in each paragraph. Here, we've got 3 main points as it's mentioned in our topic sentence. We should look for these 3 qualities. We've got 3 transitions in our paragraph. Firstly, in addition, and lastly. Now, these 3 sentences, after all these transitions, are our main points, which are the qualities of good neighbors. So the first one, they are neat and orderly. The second one, they are kind and helpful. And the third one, they should be considerate. Question number 3. What example does the writer give to support the second quality? Now, after each main point, we have some sentences to support that idea, to support the main idea of the paragraph. Those sentences are called supporting details. The second main point is that a good neighbor should be kind and helpful. The sentence that comes after that is the supporting detail of our paragraph. So, here is the answer. The writer's next door neighbor helped them find their dog when he got loose. Okay, here on this page, we're going to give an opinion about a type of person. Now let's see how we can write such a sentence. Here is what we're going to do. Using a good, and then a noun, and then an adjective after a verb. Let's have a look at the example. Steve is a neat and orderly neighbor. Okay, I'm going to use a good at the beginning of the sentence. Neighbor is my noun. A good neighbor is. Now, what adjectives am I supposed to use here? Neat and orderly. So a good neighbor is neat and orderly. I'm giving an opinion about a type of person, a good neighbor. Let's have a look on the sentences together. The first one. Mr. Lewis is a friendly and generous teacher. So how am I going to use a good in this sentence? I'll give you a few seconds to think about the answer. Right? A good teacher is friendly and generous. Second sentence. Mary's a helpful and sincere friend. Helpful and sincere are the adjectives in this sentence, and friend is the noun. Here is the answer. A good friend is helpful and sincere. The third sentence, Tony is a loving and caring father. Loving and caring, 2 adjectives. Here is the answer. A good father is loving and caring. And the last sentence in this exercise, Sam is a punctual and hardworking employee. Punctual and hardworking, 2 adjectives of our sentence. And here is the answer. A good employee is punctual and hardworking. You can think of some more examples. Okay, in this exercise, you're going to pick an adjective from the box or come up with your own adjectives to give your opinion about how good friends, brothers, etc. should be. Then write explanations or examples that make these opinions more convincing. Try to use should and should not in the second sentence. Let's have a look on the example. Good neighbors should be considerate. They should not listen to loud music late at night. Here are the adjectives in the box: kind, wise, neat, tidy, thoughtful, helpful, hardworking. I'll give you a few seconds to think of the answers. Okay, let's do number one together. Good friends should be kind. They should not say things that might hurt their friends' feelings. Now let's do number two. Good brothers. Good brothers should be helpful. They should help their siblings if they get into trouble. Number three. Good students should be hardworking. They should study hard and get good grades. And number four, good parents should be wise. They should give good advice to their children. Remember, as I told you before, you can use other adjectives as well. Okay, in this exercise, we're going to use when plus present tense to tell about things that happen often or regularly. You're going to complete the sentences with your own ideas using present tense. Let's have a look on the example. When I have a problem, my friend listens to me. So you're going to complete the sentences using when plus present tense. I'll give you a few seconds to think of the answers. Let's do number one together. When I am hungry, my mother cooks for me. When I am hungry, my mother cooks for me. Number two, when it is a rainy day, my sister plays games with me. When it is a rainy day, my sister plays games with me. As you see, all verbs are in present tense. Number three, when we have a big test soon, my classmate studies with me. And number four, when it is my birthday, my grandparents buy me a present. You can write more sentences using when plus present tense to practice. Don't forget about correct punctuation. Okay. In this exercise, you're going to use when plus past tense to tell when something happened in the past. Please use the given words in the parentheses and past tense of the verbs to make the given sentences longer. Let's have a look on the example. Our neighbor helped us find our dog. We're supposed to use the word lose. Our neighbor helped us find our dog when he got loose. So I'm using when plus past tense verb. Number 1. My tutor helped me study. We're supposed to use the word test. My tutor helped me study when I had a test. Had, past tense. Number 2. My friends came to visit me, and we're supposed to use the word hospital. My friends came to visit me when I was in the hospital. Was is the verb, past tense. Number 3, our coach cheered us up. Soccer game is the word we're supposed to use. Our coach cheered us up when we lost the soccer game. Lost, past form of lose. Lost, past tense. And the last one, my uncle came to pick me up. We're supposed to use the word school. Here's the answer. My uncle came to pick me up when I finished school. Okay. As you've done this before, we're going to do brainstorming on this topic. We've got an example here, which is about good neighbors. We've got 3 main points. Here's the first one: neat, orderly, considerate, and the last one, kind and helpful. So you're going to think of 3 things that make a good neighbor. Let's have a look on the topic. What makes a good neighbor, teacher, student, or friend? We've already done the good neighbor paragraph, so we can choose the other topics: teacher, student, or friend. We've got some supporting details for each main point. Neat, orderly, keep their houses clean, pick up trash near their homes. Second one, considerate, should not listen to loud music or make loud noises late at night. And the third one, kind and helpful. Jennifer helped find our dog. Remember, when you're doing brainstorming, you do not have to write in complete sentences. Writing words or phrases would be enough. Pick one of these topics and brainstorm about it. First, write qualities using adjectives that your chosen person should have. Then brainstorm specific explanations and examples that further explain these qualities. You can get ideas about what to write about from the writing model, sentence building exercises that we did together, and the more words and expressions box at the bottom of page 53 in your student book. More words and expressions, good and bad qualities: generous, cheerful, talkative, tolerant, polite, grumpy, warm-hearted, courteous, critical, understanding, well-mannered, selfish, sympathetic, mild-tempered, and bad-tempered. You're supposed to do your outlining after finishing your brainstorming. Remember, when you're doing your outlining, you're supposed to write about the topic, body sentences, and the closing sentence. Topic is the beginning of your paragraph and it tells what your paragraph is going to be about. Your body sentences include all the main points that you wrote in your brainstorming. The qualities that you wrote in your brainstorming. First quality, second quality, and the third quality. You're also supposed to write some details to support your main points. After writing the first quality, please try and write some details to support that quality. And then the same thing for the second one and the third one. And at the end, think of your closing sentence. This is your assignment. You will email your outline to your teacher through Google Classroom. Thank you. If you have any questions, you can contact your teachers through email. See you in the next class.